Morning everybody, welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. My name's Taylor and my contact information is down below, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns after the video, I'd be happy to help you guys out. So you can contact me at 970-388-7937. But today we're going to be going over a 2020 Tiffin. It's Allegro Red 33AA. So if you're not familiar with this floor plan, it is a mid-bath. It does have a king bed and just over 35 feet, as well as, I was trying to remember the mileage here, just over 23,000 miles, so we'll just round up to 23,500 just to be safe, but low mileage. It's in excellent shape, super clean for a 2020. As far as the exterior, I'll point out there are a few minor little branch scrapes and stuff like that, but the inside, all the leather and all that is in mint condition. So let's go ahead and start on the outside and then we'll take a look on the inside. All right. Something well known about Tiffin is the nice little window that you have here for your pets, which I think is very cute. But you do have a nice little grab bar here to gracefully enter the coach. And as we move on over to our Toyo tires with our aluminum rims, this is on air ride suspension, and you have full air brakes as well as an exhaust brake too. You're going to have a dual fill, 100-gallon diesel fuel tank. So you have one over here, and I'll point out the other one that's on the other side there. As we go up, we have our windows. They're just the regular slide dual pane, slide open, and our awning, as well as our little slide toppers for you too when the slides are open. And then we have the awning over there over our entryway, which is going to be the Dometic. All right, into our first bay compartment here, we just have our batteries. You can see it is on a nice little slide out tray. So if you are someone that is interested in servicing your own batteries or just kind of coming in and checking them, they make it very easy for you to look at them. And this is going to be that main compartment where it's a nice pass-through storage. So you're going to have your most storage here right in the middle of the coach, which is kind of nice to kind of help with that weight while you're going down the road. And then you also have your power disconnects right over here. So that red one's going to be the house battery. And then you have your inverter master switch off as well. And then right over there, you just have your Victron Energy. And then you have your Magnum Energy inverter right over here. These are just some extra tiles that Tiffin gives you in case you need them. And then you have some charging right over here, and then you have your road vac up here for that central vacuum that you can also use on the outside. Directly above this second bay here, we have our outdoor entertainment system. As you can see, our surround sound is up there, nice little speaker with our LG TV. I just wanted to double check to make sure. We have the remote in here, but it doesn't look like there is any extra charging, so you will have to use this bay if you wanted to plug in anything else or charge anything while you're outside. All right, moving on to the next bay here. Nothing too exciting, but one thing I do want to point out, this is going to be your fresh and gray tanks here, and you have some nice heat pads on the tanks, so it kind of helps, you know, in the winter months to kind of keep those water tanks there nice and warm for you to prevent any freeze damage. All right, sliding on to our next bay, we have our chassis batteries right over here. So you have the 2 chassis batteries and then just a little bit of storage right over here with your Lippert controller. So if you ever need to troubleshoot anything, that's where it'll be. Whoops. Here is one of those minor scratches I kind of talked about as I was walking through the coach. Just wanted to point that out to you guys. We're going to be talking a lot about the condition and how the coach is standing, so I want to make sure to point out any of the flaws that I've seen so far. All right, so here is another compartment here. Not too crazy, but you do have a nice little light, which is nice, so you can kind of light up that bay if needed at night. Directly above, we just have our Truma Aquagos. This is going to be for our hot water. All right, and as we slide on over to the rear of the coach, we'll go ahead and start from the top. As you can see, you have a nice little backup camera there. We do have the ladder, so if you wanted to get up there to kind of access any of those solar panels or see anything that's going on in the roof, you have a ladder to do so. And then as we work our way down here, we do have a nice little hitch here, which is 10,000 pound towing capacity. And then you do have that pre-wire for your braking system as well. But just to get into the chassis, this is on a Freightliner. It's a Cummins IBS 6.7 liter electronic diesel turbocharge, and it has the Allison 3000 MH 6-speed automatic transmission. It's a 360 horsepower at 2,600 RPMs, and you have 800 foot-pounds of torque. All right. Sliding on over here to our other bay compartment. And then our Suburban heater. The exhaust is just up there. And now we have our 50 amp shore power cord with a surge guard protector. And we do also have a light in this bay where you can automatically have to turn on yourself. And then you have your DEF fill. That's going to be 13 gallons. And then you can see the nice little speedometer here to let you know when you are getting empty or to half tank and so forth. Perfect. All right. Here is our wet bay. Just to go ahead and talk about the tank capacities here. With our fresh, we have a 90 gallon, our black is 50 gallon, and our gray is going to be 70 gallon. But we just have our gray tank valve here, and our black tank, go ahead and connect here, and you do have a nice little opening so you can slinky through your dump hoses for full hookups. You have your switch so you can turn your water pump on from outside. Here is where your filter will go. Right now we don't have anything in there just because it's nice and winterized. And then of course you have that outdoor shower here. And then just a little holder there for any soap. And then your city water connection and your tank flush is going to be right over there. And it looks like they just added on another place where you could put some paper towels as well as reel up a hose if you needed to. All right, and here's that bay we kind of looked at already, but from the other side. Plenty storage capacity on the exterior for a 35-foot coach again, which is also great for those national parks. Right over here we have our propane tank. And then it's just our HWH for our leveling jacks. Here's that second fill for that diesel, again, 100 gallons. And right over here is just our electrical bay. So we have the breakers and the fuses and all that good stuff in here. Alrighty. And then up front here, we do have the Onan 8 kilowatt generator. Our nice big Class A windshield. I do have all of the shades closed so we can kind of get just the lighting in there so it's not too bright, so you guys can really kind of see all the colors that are inside of the coach here. One more thing I do want to point out, we do have the blind spot mirrors. Sorry, the camera's up there in the mirrors. So when you're going down the road, when you turn that blinker on, it'll let you know if there's another person beside you. Alrighty. Here is that screen door. I like how they have that plastic layering here too, which is another thing where it's kind of pet friendly. You don't have to worry about your dog running directly through it. And then as we enter the coach, we have our fire extinguisher right here. And then you have like just a little mini control panel. It's going to be right here for all of your lights, which are indoor and outdoor. And then you have your battery to turn on, and then your step override. So if you're in camp mode, every time you close the door, you don't have to wait for the steps to come in or out. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn those lights on. Oops, as I mentioned before, whoops, it only turned on 2 of the lights. So I'm going to go over here to the control panel and turn them all on. There we go. I was messing with them earlier, so I didn't keep them all on when I turned them off. All right, but as you guys can see, there is plenty of room here with the slides in where you can comfortably walk all the way to the back of the coach to your bed. But you can also access this Whirlpool refrigerator and your mid bath nice and comfortably without having to, squeeze by anything. You have your open kitchen here again, a lot of room. So this is pet friendly. I always like to say your dogs have plenty of walking area to go up and down the coach so they're not stuck to one spot for those long adventures. I do have to turn on the coach to kind of open up those slides. So I'm going to shimmy past you guys, turn on the chassis, and then we will open up those slides. If you guys are familiar with Tiffin, then you already know that the controllers for the slides are going to be in each one of the chairs. So the driver's side is going to be for the driver's slide. Go ahead and extend that. Now our TV is present along with that fireplace. Perfect. And we will get the other side now, which is with our kitchen and our dinette and chairs. This is a darker warm wood with the lighter beige countertops. It's one of the most popular colors, I would say, for Tiffin. All right. But now that both of those slides are out, I'm sorry, I can't talk today. Huge living area. It really opens everything up. I mean, this does turn into a bed, but you also have the option of just doing a blow-up mattress if you wanted to. But I just love how wide and open this is. It really gives you kind of like that warm, homey feeling. All right, we still have 2 more slides back here, which I'll go ahead and get those open for you. Now these ones are going to be on this control panel. I'll just go ahead and hit extend. There we go. Alrighty, now I'll go ahead and get this other one here where our TV is and some more drawer space. Alrighty. Before we jump ahead of ourselves and get into that master bedroom, I just wanted to kind of go over this little touchscreen tablet for you. So it gives you an overview of everything. This is just the home screen. So it's going to show you your rear and front temperatures, as well as the lighting page, and then also a page for your tank capacities, and then your house and chassis charging, as well as the generator start and stop. Speaking of the generator, we have 226 hours on that generator today. Here are all of our light configurations for both of our ACs. We got our fans here, so you have one in the galley, the mid-bath, and then also just the ceiling fan, which is located in that master bedroom. Here's where we were recently for our slides. So they're gonna be highlighted green to let you know you do need your ignition on and that parking brake on in order to open the slides. This last screen here is just so you can kind of customize your temperature, your brightness, and go through some diagnoses, as well as the wireless settings, the screen settings, and then it just kind of always shows you your coach model here. So this is going to be a 2020 Tiffin Allegro Red, and it's a 33AA is the model, the floor plan. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and start in the very rear of the coach where our closet is. As you guys can tell, there is a huge step up here. I like how they made it a little bit more wider so it grabs your attention. It's not something that it will be easily missed and you'll trip on all the time, so I appreciate that. As far as having the space over here to kind of still get in the bed, you can still walk around the bed completely on both sides. It is just a little bit more tight right here. And of course, you're just a little taller too on this side and the bed's a little lower. But as you can see too, I don't know if you can really, but there is still a pretty good gap here. As far as just making the bed, I always know they're a pain making RV beds, so there is a pretty good gap here as far as tucking everything in and having that nice and accessible as well. And then you do have just a little tiny cubby here for any bedside needs, as well as some charging, and then of course a little counter with some more charging up above as well. Going into both of our lights, you can say they're fancy reading lights, overhead, one for each person. And then this is going to be one whole cubby area, so there's no divider. There's a divider right here though to separate each of the two, so you don't really want something that you store in here sliding all the way down into the next. So I like how they divided it equally. All right, and then you do have your lighting controllers on that side. So this person is kind of out of luck. Hopefully they didn't fall asleep before you did, because they're the only ones who have the lighting controllers over there, but it is nice to kind of have them bedside just in case you forget. And then you have some windows on either side too that do slide open, so you can have some nice ventilation, along with this ceiling fan, which a lot of people, when they're not familiar with Tiffin, they're pleasantly surprised to see that they have a ceiling fan in here. Here are our extra chairs for that table. It does pull out and have a leaf, so you can comfortably sit up to 4 people. And then of course all the hanging space inside of here. Let's make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Nope. And then you do have your Truma AquaGo controller inside of here as well. Make sure I shut these so they lock. And then we will go ahead and slide this over here, so you have some more storage. And then here are those your vacuum appliances there, so you can go ahead and plug those in. We have our LG TV, nice little countertop on both sides for some extra space. And then we just have our LG TV 3D, Blu-ray 3D. I feel like I haven't seen that in a while, but have that as well. Everything's streamed now, so it's kind of funny when you see DVDs. All right, this is perfect for a laundry hamper here. Just put in a nice little bag and you can easily get it out, so I kind of like that. Now moving on over to 2 more drawers here, and then more storage directly above. All right. And then it looks like you only have 2 charging outlets on this side. Perfect. As far as for the door here, you have your standard pocket door where you'll go ahead and push it down, so you can go ahead and close and open that to give yourself some privacy. But as always, you're going to have kind of like that gap down below here. All right. I know we already talked about this, but we do have some pantry, cabinet space, whatever you want to call it. You can kind of use it for anything you need. But you do have a shelf in each that is adjustable, so you can go ahead and configure them to your liking. And then you just have your fuses and breakers down here as well. But it's nice and hidden. As we slide down here, this is where our mid-bath is going to be. So we have our shower with the skylight. The skylight actually does have, as you can tell, it has a little lip to kind of close that off. So if it's too bright or it's a really hot day and you don't want that sun beaming on you while you're showering, you have the option to kind of close that. You do have a little hanging rack to dry any clothes or towels after you're done using the shower. And then you have your little cubby there for all your soaps and shower goods. And then we have our toilet just with the plain Jane pedal for your flushing. Go ahead. All of our screens for the night shades and the day shades are manual. And then we just have some storage over here as well as over here. Pretty significant counter space. 2 charging outlets. Make sure there's not one under here. Yeah, so you just have the 2 outlets in here, and then a pretty hefty medicine cabinet. And then these shelves are adjustable as well. And don't forget the last little area, perfect for some maybe extra towels or toilet paper. And then you have your fan right up above there. All right. Now we're gonna go directly across here into our kitchen area. So we're still about in the middle of the coach here, and we're gonna start over here to our pantry. Huge slide out pantry trays here that are all wood, and then these are adjustable as well. Seem fairly easy to adjust. And then you do have the secondary latches here to kind of help keep those closed while you're going down the road. You have your Whirlpool fridge. It's going to be the residential fridge and freezer down below. All right, now into our kitchen area. Everything's nice and closed up, so you can see you have significant counter space. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you this window. Definitely adds in a lot of natural bright light, opens things up a little bit too. And this is on the camp side, so once you have your awning out and all the camping chairs, you'll be able to cook and also watch what's going on outside. These are a little heavier, but you have a 3-burner cooktop here. These are pretty sturdy and fit in place well, so you don't have to worry about any shaking or, jiggling, making any noise while you're going down the road. And then you have 2 more drawers directly underneath that. We'll slide on over to our, just continue all the storage. Right here is where you can keep your sink covers if you'd like, to kind of get them out of the way so you have somewhere specifically where they can be stowed. And I'll open up this side. But the dual sink, perfect for that wash and rinse, so you can kind of save the fresh water when you need to if you don't have full hookups. Alrighty. Okay. And then we got some more storage. These are for our microwave oven, which is also convection. And then again, more adjustable shelves. And our microwave convection oven. Perfect, and then this is where that secondary fan is. It's nice having it right underneath the kitchen. We have another little control panel here for the fans as well as lights. And then you have the Victron Energy thing here where you can kind of set that up. Slide on over, we're going to be in our living room area now, which we have the fireplace, which does have an option where you can have heat going. And then of course the flames, you can set that on as well. Our LG TV. And then our couch here that does fold out into a bed. We have some more lighting configurations here to turn on and off, as well as plenty of storage overhead. And then as we slide down, we do have a nice one little rocker here and some hooks to kind of hang some things from the previous customers. All right, now we wrapped up this side. We're gonna go directly across back where our kitchen side is. This is that table I was telling you about where you can pull it out and have those other 2 chairs that we saw that were back there in the closet area to kind of fold those out. I like how these chairs are 2-toned. You have a nice little fluffy cloth, and then you have more of like that leathery material. It is nice and soft, so it's not too plasticky. And then again, plenty of storage overhead. And I like to, not only do you have the table, but then you do have another just like countertop here. And I'm gonna move one of these chairs so you can kind of see too that you have additional storage here. So you have about 3 drawers and then another cabinet that opens up here for any folders. This is also duals as like a filing cabinet. So if you're someone that likes to work on the go, this is an awesome spot, just having this ledge where you can put up monitors or a printer or anything like that up here. And then you have plenty of storage to put all of your work stuff right here. Perfect. And the chair looks fairly comfortable, so I don't think you'd have to worry about upgrading that. Oops. And then we have some USB charging right over here as well. And then some more charging down here, just the regular 12 volt. All right, we'll continue moving up front to our passenger side here, kind of just to display some more charging. We have some outlets up there. We have our Wi-Fi Ranger plugged into here, and then you have another option for some charging. We have another LG TV. Our wine guard to turn on and off for our satellite. Now we're over the driver's side. And then you have your Magnum Energy controller right over here. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and sit up here. We do still have the chassis running, so as you can see, the nice LED dash. Right over here is our chassis charge, so we're at a healthy 14 volts. And then here is that mileage, so it's 23,402 miles to be exact. As far as all the configurations, we can use everything over here to kind of go through everything. As far as our trips, fuel economy, vehicle configurations, going through diagnosis, and then just turning off the menu. And then we have our radio right over here, which we can go through the display, look at the camera settings, which is going to be right over here. So if you want to change anything, you could do it from this one as well. And then we can kind of flip through. This is just a volume for when you're in reverse. And then we can kind of go through the cameras by clicking this one. There is no front camera, so you just have a rear and then either side. You have some charging. Then we have all of the little controllers over here. So we do have a nice little step cover. So the driver is in charge of, you know, making your passenger as comfortable as possible. So you want to make sure right before you're about to go, you go ahead and do that step cover. You do have to hold it the whole entire time until it completely comes out, and then it will level itself out as well. And then you just have driver's fan, and then your solar shade, night shade, and then your generator start and stop, map light, and then also the radio / camera, so you can kind of flip between the two. Your AC configurations over here, and then down below, of course, having one little nice cubby here to keep all of your snacks or anything that you need that are nice and comfortable. You also have some outlets here, well, heating and cooling options down here, which is awesome. And then you do have some charging here. Same exact thing that's right here. There is another one right over here, right by that foot. And I know when it gets cold, you'll definitely want that blown warm to kind of help heat up your feet. But other than that, we're going to wrap it up for our 2020 Tiffin Allegro Red 33A. Again, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you guys out. So you can give me a call at my number below, which is 970-388-7937. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and have a great day.